And welcome back, everyone, to part two of Metro Exodus, the two Colonels. And in part one, we started off, which confirmed that this, the story is taking place both in real time of Colonel Miller's perspective during the end of the main game, while simultaneously exploring the perspective of Colonel Klebnikov and what he saw during the fall of Novosibirsk, how everything, pretty much how everything fell and went to, went to shit, more or less. And, like some of the DLCs and expansions in Metro Last Light, he actually speaks, unlike Artyom. They better make Artyom speak in the next game, please, please. 4A games. It doesn't work with him. But anyway, so yeah, much of part one was basically Klebnikov cleaning up the sewer with a big ass flamethrower, burning slimy mutant sludge off the walls, complete with tentacles and leeches and giant mutant proboscis worms. It wasn't pleasant. But anyway, so yeah, and then we came back to the home station, saw the celebration of the new year ending of 2034. So this is definitely taking place before, in between the events of Last Light and Exodus. And I was about to say something else. Oh yeah, and that it has also been shown that even Novosibirsk's leadership was covering up that they were not the only surviving piece of civilization, and now because Novosibirsk is basically even worse off than Moscow. They're trying to get out of there, and they're running out of the quote unquote green stuff antidote for the radiation poisoning. And a couple months later, it's getting worse. So let's go see what's happening.
Hello, sir.
How's the situation, Sergeant?
They're getting restless, sir.
Our only option is to remain calm and not let ourselves be provoked.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good luck with that. Rowdy civilians are hard to control.
How can you do this to us? Colonel, please, tell them to do something. Please, Colonel, tell them to start handing it out. We can't wait anymore. Just give me some for my children.
Please stay calm. They'll be starting soon.
Well, they're all gonna die anyway, so...
Colonel, sir, permission to address.
Granted.
An anonymous tip on excess stock. We can't ignore those, but they won't open the door.
I see. Let's go.
What the hell is with you?
Well, they're all gonna die anyway, so I'm not sure any of the choices that we may or may not make really matter at the end of the day. This is one of those cases where it's like, yeah, it's a prequel,
Come over here, sir.
and as a result, it doesn't really matter much.
Of course I do. Young Grisha definitely had too much that night. We had to carry him home.
Open up, Petrovich.
Slava!
Thanks.
Come in.
Follow me. Mikhail Petrovich, you know why we are here. I suggest you donate your excess stock voluntarily, or there will be trouble.
I can't. You know I can't do that. It is for my granddaughter. I have been saving from my own allowance.
I can't do anything. We had a tip about your stock, and had to react to that. Commence the search. Check there.
Is this where we do a choice?
This is so unfair. I earned this, saved my wages.
I know, but we follow the rules.
I found the cash, sir. He does have some.
Like
Not too much here, though.
My granddaughter is sick. She needs that.
Sure, your granddaughter. I bet it's going to the market.
Colonel, tell them, please. You know it's true.
Sir,
I
this
can't do
be all
it.
he has stashed. We should search more. There's a quota to me.
Enough. We're only confiscating the excess stock.
But, sir, I will have to report everything.
Take this to HQ and report that stopping the search was my decision.
Yes, sir.
Look, I'm sorry. I know you didn't have a choice. Thanks for leaving me, son.
I'm sorry too. You were right about choice, though. Nobody had it. I'll be going now. Don't mention it.
Thank you, Slav.
I think that was it.
Enough is enough. Your quota wasn't conjured out of thin air. It was
Yeah, they're all gonna die anyway, so it's not like the choice really matters that much. This is kind of the problem with a prequel like this, in that, you know, we all saw in the main story, everyone's dead, as far as we know, so it really doesn't matter that much, really. So honestly, I might as well, and I can't, you know, he's saying he saved it all himself. Even the officer said there's not much anyway. So, you know, just take out what is excess and leave him the rest.
Here we go again.
Colonel, sir.
I mean,
At ease.
I'm not
I think we must make do with what we have.
Where's the talent?
I understand, Colonel, sir.
You are dismissed.
Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah, it's a bad situation and all, but I'm not gonna be a filthy communist and take everything he earned.
She had a heart problem.
Uh-oh.
Always worried about things. About children. My drinking.
Ah,
I'm sorry to hear that. I never knew she died.
Look, could I borrow some from you, please? I need some green stuff. I'm in mourning.
wow, he didn't learn his lesson.
Can't you see what's going on? I don't have any myself. Nobody has, really. Oscom takes it all from everyone. I can only give you my condolences and nothing else, really.
It's the...
Oh, it is all because of you.
It's...
You people. You destroyed my whole life.
Nope, that was your... That was your...
Killed her, you did.
Nope, that was all on you, Buster. Yeah, it's the drunkard from the dining hall who was getting chewed out by his wife because he kept spending all their money and whatnot on drinks. And, well, look what happened. He wasn't wise. Yeesh. I'm guessing we gotta go there. What's up here?
You keep saying that I'm just a dirty whiner and that everything will be fine. Do you still think it will?
Of course. We are in a tight spot, true, but you've got to look at the bright side.
Where do you even see that bright side? I told you this day would come, we would run out of the green stuff eventually, and you all laughed at me. Well, look who's laughing now.
The last time we had some green stuff supply problems, you also shouted the sky was falling, didn't you? You certainly did. And the last time before, you were in an abject panic. 5 years ago, too. You remember that? Yet it was all sorted out, every time.
Well, I made a few mistakes, but I was right in principle. After all, none of you think there's actually an endless supply of green stuff, do you? So, one day, it's bound to run dry.
That is true.
You should be careful with things you say. We are under martial law. But I will answer even so. The people at the top aren't dumber than you. They must have a plan. So, we will get over this. You'll see.
Yeah, that's definitely is not what happened. More sick. More lore building. There's a train.
Sure. Event Cuckoo. From a dirty station, I gather. Or the depot. He probably thought we were swimming in green stuff here, that dumbass.
How can you put it like this?
I can put it even harder. They shouldn't even let this rabble in here, much less give them handouts.
Shh. They'll hear you.
Right.
Hello, Colonel, sir. Glad to see you back.
At ease,
Sorry
sir.
for the mess here, but the refugees just keep coming in. The dirty stations have it real tough.
Yeesh.
The general ordered they are kept here for the moment. Then we'll pass them on.
Ugh,
I see. Thank you, Sergeant.
Makeshift playground. Oh no. Baby stroller crying. Oh no. Okay.
Oscar,
Knock, knock.
open up.
Oscom who?
Hello there, Private. I'm completely drained. Kirill? All right, Private. Tell me what's going on.
Nothing. I just don't want
Speak,
You
boy.
don't want what?
to be a private. And I don't want to be an Oscom anymore.
Right. Please elaborate on that.
I went to Sibirskaya, and I saw the soldiers taking green stuff from people. And one traitor, when I give it to them, started shouting. They beat him up and took all the green stuff anyway.
Well, this is just unacceptable. First thing tomorrow, I'm going to get their names.
You said Oscom protects people, but you just take their green stuff away. Why?
It's not easy. We're short on green stuff. That's why we must take from those who have lots of it and give to those who don't have enough. Or else the rich
Rationing.
would just sit on their stock while the poor would all die. Could you call that fair?
Not at all. Of course I couldn't call that fair.
Right. Of course, those who we take from aren't happy, but there's no other way, you see?
Yeah, if I had all my green stuff taken, I wouldn't be happy about that. But I understand now.
Good. Still, those soldiers were wrong. I'll make sure they are punished, and then they'll have to go and apologize.
Yes, make them. They must apologize.
Great. Speaking of green stuff, it's time we gave you a shot, so give me your arm.
All right.
That's a big syringe.
Done.
Oh, just camera trick. Are we going back to... Yup. Back to Miller. Are we gonna play as him now, or what? Present time.
Kirill, Mueller here. Do you read? Over.
Yeesh.
There's some static. Over.
I hear static too. I'm entering Sibirskaya.
Was this where the last battle happened? Over.
I only know of it from Father's words. Right before the rioters started their last attack, we had to talk.
Okay, maybe not.
Dad, do you really have to go? We didn't rest at all.
The rioters are advancing. There's no time for rest.
Yeesh.
Rioters? Tell me, Dad. If we, Oscom, are protecting people, why lie to them?
Wow. You've grown up, Private. And I'm none the wiser. So let's have a grown-up talk. Should we tell the truth? Of course. But life is a complex thing. In the hands of our enemies, truth may be dangerous. We must carefully choose who we can entrust with it and who we cannot. The command sees the whole picture and makes decisions. However unpleasant those decisions might be sometimes, they are still necessary. The command thinks about everyone, while the civilians only think about themselves. That is why the truth that might scare them must be kept secret, for their own good. Do you understand that?
I do. But still, this is a scary way of thinking.
There are a lot of scary things in life. Yet, I brought you up well. You are strong and brave. You can take it. All right, time to go. You get home and don't step out or let anyone in until I'm back. It's an order.
Yes, Colonel, sir.
Sergeant, walk him home.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Kirill.
All right. Good luck, Dad.
Good luck, son.
I got the old AK up in order. And comment yellow and missed part 1. Yup. It's okay. It's already up on YouTube. Much of it was pretty much going through a sewers and burning mutant sludge off the walls and putting up with worms. Filthy, filthy worms. Turn the workbench light on. Ah, it still saved my, my stuff. Okay, we got buckshot. Oh, it's filled. Oh, look at that. It saved all the stuff from all my upgrades. Long barrel. I'll give it the long barrel, why not? Now I'll give it the scope. Magazine. Wait, what magazine is this? 30 rounds, 45, 75. Green laser. Double barrel. One barrel. Okay. So, we gotta go take care of rioters. This is gonna be bad, isn't it? Wait a minute. Can I make more ammo or no? Because so far it doesn't seem I can. And I have no idea what's about to happen. Oh, they gave us, filters. That's good. No, they're not letting us make anything. Well, time to go play riot police. More or less. Oh, someone's having a bad day. Body bags. I missed two things. Investigation report to Oscom Special and Department Investigator Paraplegic YI. Even cursory examination of the bodies revealed classic symptoms of medium severity radiation sickness in most of the rioters: hemorrhages, atrophic lesions of skin and mucous membranes, hair loss, etc. Judging by the severity of symptoms, they stopped taking the radio protector over a month ago. It's impossible to narrow it down more. Tough as to do that, I need to know the stations where they'd been spent most of their time at during that period. I deem conducting autopsies unnecessary, as I simply do not have enough personnel available. Head of Medical Department, Bondar A.V. Huh. Too many people, not enough personnel.
Slava, I'm sorry about that. I know you had no choice. Had I said nothing, they would have never believed they found
Water under the bridge. Neither I nor you had a choice in this, Petrovich. Good luck to you two. See you on the train.
They find his stash anyway. There's the boy. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's his girl. That's his daughter. Aw.
Hello, Colonel, sir. Glad to see you back.
Another workbench. Guess it only makes sense they would make another one, but for them, but I got nothing. Biohazard suit. Ugh.
Colonel, sir.
Guess I'm just still walking, I suppose.
Well, don't stand around. Man the defenses.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Going into action. Sorry, people, but
Hold them, people!
can I go in the turret? Nope, I can't.
Fire! Get these rioters! We just need to hold them
Listen here. The engineers are all down, but the charges are set. We have to reach the detonation device and use it.
Lieutenant, I'll take the detonator. Give me cover.
Yes, sir.
Attention! Covering fire for the colonel. No saving ammo. Roger that.
This is messed up on every level when you think about it. But hey, post-apocalypse. Righty. You try to save as many as possible, but can't save them all. Ouch. We got singed. Yeah. Poor bastards. Oh, crap.
Come in, HQ. Klemnikov here.
HQ here.
One charge didn't work.
Damn. Fall back to Sibirskaya and stop them there. I've got no one else to rely on.
Roger that. Over and out.
Some of them are still alive.
Colonel, sir! They blew the airlock and are coming down from the surface!
Well, can't put them out of their misery. Gotta hurry. I died. I'm trying to be sparing with my health. Come on, game. Don't take too long. Oh, it didn't.
Come in, HQ. Klemnikov here.
HQ here.
One charge didn't work.
Damn. Fall back to Sibirskaya and stop them there. I've got no one else to rely on.
Roger that. Over and out.
Colonel, sir! They blew the airlock and are coming down from the surface!
Are you kidding me? I'm out of ammo. I need more rifle ammo. How did I run out of it so fast?
Cover me! I'll spray the passage! I'm out! Falling back!
Wow. Jeez, they're just going. They're just going right through the line. They don't even care about.
Here, to the last man. There won't be any reinforcements. It's either us or them.
Hey. This is not good. They even brought a heavy unit with them. Oh no, come on. They brought heavy armor, they brought grenades, they brought whatever they had. Klebnikov's gonna die, isn't he? I mean, no surprise, but... Or not. At least not yet, anyway. Yeesh, what a mess. Wounded. Gas. Oh no. What the fuck? Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Operation successful. Pawns are all dealt with. Ready for evacuation.
You fucker.
What do you mean? Already left? What?
What's going on?
We're covering evacuation.
Evacuation? But you just killed everyone! Soldiers, civilians! Nobody left to evacuate!
Slava, there's only enough green stuff left to evacuate the leadership. Everyone else is doomed. Gas was used just to cut the agony short.
So you knew it! You knew it all along, you motherfucker!
Did I have a choice? What difference does it make now? I made a mistake leaving me. Petrov! The fuckers left without us. Get Seryoga on the line now. What? Dead? Seryoga? Son. Now listen to me. There's an RPG in the gun cabinet. Get it and rush to the old crossroads. Blow the fuckers up. Go!
So, what do we do now?
Whatever. I had enough. So long, Slava.
Hey. So what happened? The train got hijacked and the leadership was killed? Because that's what it sounds like. So, pretty much everyone died. from the riot.
Dad! Uncle Tolia? Did he just kill himself? Why?
Don't look there.
I'm sorry I broke your order. There was a shooting at the station. Then it all went quiet, and you didn't come. I was worried, and I went looking for you.
Listen, I told you earlier, who should be told the truth and who should not. Forget it. It's not for us to decide. And if you're being fooled, it's never for your own good. That's why he's dead.
I understand.
Good. And now, let's go home, son.
So, yeah, he said blow them up. So the train got hijacked, and they were like, fuck it, kill them anyway. Never mind that a few of them got out. Colonel Miller.
Kirill, Miller here. I'm at the bunker entrance.
Roger that, Colonel. You'll be off the grid inside, so please, be careful.
I will, Kirill. Miller, over and out.
Oh, now we are playing as Miller.
Pine, this is Older. Come in.
Or not.
Older, this is Pine.
1 month earlier.
Private, I'm at the bunker's door. I'll be off the grid while I'm down there. Don't know how long. When is the next scheduled radio contact?
Midday sharp, Colonel.
The battery?
Keeping it charged.
The door?
Look, I'm eating the liver too. It's burning the slime, and I don't go to the dirty stations ever. Dad, fill out the whole cheat sheet for me. I'm reading off it now.
You do just that. Reading helps you remember. That's all, Pine. I'm going offline.
Roger that, Older. Over and out.
Pine, come in. Over.
Pine here. Over.
I love you, son. A whole lot.
I love you too, Dad.
And I want you to eat that liver, without fail. Over and out.
I keep thinking we're gonna be playing as Miller, but no, I think we're actually just playing as him. Kind of disappointing, really. I would have liked to have seen more of the before and after of what father and son trophy. I would have so far it seems we're just playing as Kolebnikov. We're not actually playing as Miller at all. At least that's the impression I'm getting. Kind of disappointing in my opinion, because I would have liked to have seen more of the before and after from Miller's perspective. So yeah, the riot happened. They all got overwhelmed. The train got hijacked, and everyone died from, losing all the stuff that they had on hand, and well, they killed each other. Stalker's Diary, number 1. The Colonel's off his rocker. He wants us to go back to the comp center and get more maps so that the brass in the HQ could sit around looking important. Nobody cares if we watch a couple of lethal doses each looking for the stupid things. That bunker's bad news. Radiation's so high, the guys just call it the egg boiler. Then there's the mutants too. Most of them are nothing special, but there have been sightings of blind giants. Yup, the blind ones. We're gonna see them. Probably the reason several groups went missing. The place sucks, just like this mission. These are giving us enough green stuff. It's gotta count for something, especially nowadays.
OSCOM soldiers, you have accepted a mission of absolute secrecy and utmost importance. To recover a map of a region with tolerable levels of radioactive pollution from the Circumstantial data suggests that special attention must be paid to maps detailing Lake Baikal. So far, our efforts have been consistently proving fruitless. But now, you must be successful, no matter the cost. I can't disclose the ultimate goal of this search at the moment, but I'll have you know that the lives of all the Metro dwellers depend on it. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What?
Good luck, gentlemen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, obviously it didn't self-destruct the way it was meant to. So we got some more flamethrower time. Like we won't be burning off just slime off the walls again. Blood red letters, that's a good sign. Not really. Oh, somebody's head.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
Busted elevators. APCs and vehicles. Uh-oh. I hear a monster. They didn't save my fully upgraded air pump, so I gotta keep pumping it to keep it charged. Uh-oh. It's a Nosalis. I know that noise anywhere. It's the new breed of Nosalis from the main game. The ones that look pudgy and they look like hairy, naked, pudgy mole rats with elephant trunk noses compared to the ones in the first 2 games, which were much more, you know, nasty looking. Oh, hey rat. Better hide, rat. You don't want to be out here.
System will reboot now. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately. Attention. Reactor biological shielding is compromised. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
Compromised reactor, huh? Yeah, clearly this is clearly a much more story-centric DLC than the main game. Hence why they seem to be favoring only a couple weapons, namely the flamethrower, and no air filters.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately. Biological shielding compromised. Initiating reactor shutdown. Attention. Reactor containment failure.
Uh-oh. Containment failure. That is not good.
Reactor containment failure. Reserve power engaged.
Again? Oh. Reactor must be on the fritz then. Get all the fuel and parts possible. Imagine I gotta open that. Before I do, let me finish scavenging. Explosive barrels. They're gonna come through the vents, aren't they? They always do. Every time. I think I got everything I could.
Reserve power source failure.
Uh-oh.
System reboot imminent.
They're coming.
System reboot preparation is 20% complete.
Saw that. Saw it.
System reboot preparation is 20% complete.
Burn.
System reboot complete. Switching to main power source.
Oh no. I didn't reload in between bouts. I hope that checkpointed when I did the switch, because if I have to do all that all over again, I'm gonna be mad. Yup, I gotta do it all over again.
Oscom soldiers, you have accepted a mission of absolute secrecy and utmost importance.
I forgot how terrible the checkpoints are. Like they were practically all over the place before in the first part of the DLC when you were going through the sewer, but now, nope. And the game robbed me of my fully upgraded flamethrower, so now I gotta, you know, be more mindful of what I'm doing to an unfair extent. No workbench anywhere for me to remedy the problem. And I don't have any other weapons, just a slow to reload flamethrower. Yeesh.
System will reboot now. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately. Attention. Reactor biological shielding is compromised. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
I think the Nasalises were, at least the ones in Novosibirsk, may have actually come from pigs, because they're all making pig squealing sounds. I mean, there's a lot of theories as to who they came from. Moles, rats, pigs probably. The noses and the noises they're making certainly give some credence to that.
Reserve power engaged.
This, get all of that. Okay. Now I'm gonna save game. Okay. So now if I die again, this won't happen again. Apparently, the reason I was meleeing them is because there's a trophy for doing that. And now I'm like, I don't think this is a good... I don't think I'm going to do it. Eesh. They're more wild and vicious than even the old ones. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I blew myself up. Fuck. I wish I had guns. The flamethrower is not good against a fast swarm of anything. I mean, it's fun. But against a mob like this? With a slow-ass person like this? No. Gonna try and keep myself to a corner without getting followed. Well, that was a close one. Third time's the charm. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the beat them with the flamethrower trophy. I'm just gonna roast them the old-fashioned way.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately. Reactor containment failure. Reserve power engaged. All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
Arrows pointing that way.
Reserve power source stabilized.
Yeah. surprised the shit out of me. Nothing on him. Oh, there's a workbench. Precisely what I needed. Wish I had a gun, but they took it away. Wait a minute. Was it fully upgraded the whole time? Because the pressure kept dropping before. Maybe they... I don't know. Fuck it. $1,000 fuel should do it. Yeah, look at that. It's draining. It didn't do that before.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
I don't know. Sounds like a camera. Uh-oh. Stalker's Diary 2. The old reports were correct. It does look like the reactor is still functioning. The place still has power. That reactor also seems to be leaking. Otherwise, where could all this radiation be coming from? That power doesn't make our lives much easier. Though, had it been regular, it certainly would, but as it is, it just comes on and off randomly and can't be relied on. The guys are already telling scary stories about the souls of the dead messing with the controls. It's all a load of crap, of course. No, not really. The place is just all rusty and rotten, so its machinery has gone awry. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've played the first 3. And there was some pretty spooky stuff happening even in the end of the game that... Hell, I looked it up. At the end, after I played, finished Metro Exodus, I was curious about all the weird stuff that was happening. And I found a YouTuber who found out that at a certain point in the game, if you look good enough, you could see up on the top of a building a dark one wandering around. Whether as a cameo, an Easter egg, or whatever, I don't know, but considering how screwy everything was in the first 2 games due to the presence of dark ones, how much you want to bet that there were some dark ones that had been in Novosibirsk, possibly following RTM, perhaps related to the little one from Last Light. I don't know. There's a bunch of theories. But the fact that there actually is one seat, that there actually is one scene wandering around, certainly gives credit to the fact that even though they're not a focus in Exodus, their presence is still there, at least to a light extent. Oh, come on, I burned you. Piece of shit. Oh, you want some too? Come on. We got a Nosalis barbecue going on. Like frickin' Hicks from Aliens. You want some? Come get some. Obviously, it looks like we gotta go through there. Huh. New upgrades. Yep, X for no further. We're heading into the lion's den. Again. Well, I guess now we know what happened to that stalker team. Still hopping around. He's gonna die. Yep, he died. He roasted to death. Big map.
System reboot preparations. 40% complete.
Workbench. Another poor soul right there.
System reboot preparations. 60% complete. System will reboot now.
An even bigger flamethrower canister.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
Uh-oh.
System reboot complete. Switching to main power source.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is not a good sound. Stampede! Stampede! Oh, shit. Run! A blind one. There it is again. If only Artyom had a flamethrower. No, our trusty flamethrower. Well, we burned him, if nothing else. Well, shit. We're out of a weapon.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
That was good, though. Honestly, I wish we had gotten a blind one boss fight like we did the bear. Because all we did was pretty much just run away from them as Artyom. A Nosalis Stampede capped off at a blind one boss. And no, I am not calling it a minion boss because... Oh shit. We gotta sneak through them. And no, I am not calling it a minion boss because, let's be honest. A minion boss is when you have a boss that only seems to ever want to come out whenever minions are involved. And as far as I'm concerned, those Nosalises were not working with the blind one. And you saw it. It was attacking all of them and then throwing the bodies around. So, it doesn't count. Shit. shit. We gotta sneak through these guys again. And we all know how fun that was. I still think they're creepy as fuck. With their voices. And the fact that they lack eyes. No gun on him? Boo. Giant eyeless gorillas with telepathy. Creepy. I don't know how Foray and Glukovsky did it, but they somehow managed to make gorillas, like, legitimately unsettling. Just take their eyes away and make them talk creepily. Uh-oh. Dude, you might want to turn around. No map. He's gonna be right behind us, isn't he? He's gonna die. No, wait.
Wait. Could this be?
Yeah, he's protecting it. He's hugging it. He's gonna be behind us. The map to Lake Baikal. That explains it. So, if I'm foreshadowing this correctly, while Artyom had gone to get the last supply of green stuff, Miller had retraced the steps of Klebnikov and had found the map, which led to the safe zone that was in Lake Baikal. Because, yeah, in the end of Metro Exodus, he's like, our team was like, we found safe haven in Lake Baikal, and, well, you kind of assumed I think it was safe to assume that Miller had gone and found out about it when he had split off, but I'm going to assume that this ultimately settles it. Dead Nosalis. We're gonna have to sneak past the monkeys, aren't we? Shit. Uh-oh. Something is screeching to high heaven. And yeah, there was a lot of paranormal activity that was making the blind ones freak out, so I want to say there was a dark one out there at the end of Exodus that was making all the weird stuff happen and making them freak out in the process. There's the way out. Oh no. Oh no. Gotta go. Move, you. Yeah, what the hell? Something's freaking him out. It's dead or out cold. Oh no. Not out, not dead, not dead. Turn the handle, you son of a bitch. Oh, shit. He's gonna die. And Miller's gonna have to finish the job.
Kirill, I'm coming back. I just need a tiny bit of rest. I'm just so tired.
Nope. He's dead. They always say that, but they always die. Yeah, it had to have been a dark one. The dark one that cameoed that's causing all the blind ones to freak out. Well, he died in that chair. And here comes Miller.
There you are, brother. You found the maps and took a break, I see. I need a breather, too. Boy, do these hunks of iron chafe. Gotta watch out not to stay for too long, though. Your son sent me here, told where to look. He's tough, your Kirill. Yes, I can see his effort. Children, it's always about them. I'm here because of my daughter. She's smart, strong, kind, beautiful. I can't even tell you how proud I am of her, and how much I love her. I'm trying to be a father, but end up a colonel. It's as if by showing affection, I'd also show my vulnerability, not just to her, to her husband, too. At first, I even thought that boy was all right. But his obsession with truth started driving me mad. He kept risking his life while he had the love of the best woman in the world. Decent people want normal things. A thicker broth, a warm place to call home, and healthy children. But he wants truth.
He's talking about Artyom.
Let me glance at those maps. Boy, was I mad at him. But then I took a closer look at the world and re-examined my life up to that point somewhat. Especially when I heard your story. I saw my past self in you, friend. We both served the great lie, because we both made ourselves believe it was necessary. And if not for him, I would have ended up like you did. But now, finally, my life has a real purpose for a change. All because I can finally look the truth in the eye. I think you understand. Thank you for the maps. Don't think it was all in vain. You saved us all. And Krill, I'll give him this watch and make sure he gets out of this hellhole. You have my word. Well, it's time. Farewell, Colonel Klipnikov. Rest easy.
And then he eventually dies too, not long afterwards.
Artyom, stay with me. Hold on, son.
He gave it to Artyom and died in his place. So that's what happened. Yeah, it's as I predicted. That's what happened. He found the map to Lake Baikal, real Colonel trophy. Klebnikov found the map that led to the Green Zone in Lake Baikal. Died trying to get back, and Miller found him in the spot where he died, and that's how that ties up the loose end of what happened. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit mixed on this. Well, in terms of a story-based DLC, I did like it in that regard. It fleshed out. Personally, I did like how in the main game when you get to Novosibirsk, it's like dead, probably for Lord knows how long. And I kind of liked how it kept it mysterious in that regard. Like, you know, it's dead. You get there after the bodies have long turned cold. But I do like seeing how it all happened. What went down, what caused it to happen. The leadership could not keep the population under control, and they all ended up trying to leave themselves, only for everything to go mad, and they all died anyway. And Klebnikov and his son were the only one left, and Lord knows what happened to everyone. I think it's best to assume that Petrovich, or whatever his name is, it's safe to assume he and his daughter died. Although, in hindsight, I would have liked to have seen perhaps the girl live, but it is what it is. The boy being the last survivor out of all of them. I don't know. I guess I'm a softie where children and women are concerned, because, you know, the man being the guy who looks after them. You know, that's because that's his role in the nuclear family, right? Oh, Crispin Freeman, haven't heard him voice a lot in a lot of things in a while. The last thing I remember him doing was Alucard in Helsing. But yeah, as a story narrative DLC, I liked it. It did go, and it was about what I expected. You know, not terribly long, but I am glad it wasn't too short either. The DLC levels that were in Last Light, those were very short. With only one of them, I think, well, there was like a scavenger hunt level, but that one I don't really count, and I never finished it, and I don't plan to. All the other DLCs I did, though, but they were all very short. You could pretty much, like, beat them in, like, 20 minutes, maybe 30. This was a good 2 hours maybe, 3 hours, however long it was. So yeah, not terribly, not so short that it flies in a few seconds, but not terribly long to overstay its welcome. It does the job of explaining what happened, giving you a little bit more world building. And I did like that they gave you some variety in the scenarios, despite it being a very linear experience. You had the whole cleanup duty in the sewers. You had to go do riot control, and, well, that went very well. No, it didn't. And then you had to go explore a bunker, which, in the style of the older games, going from area to area, killing the monsters, trying to keep your resources under control, although this was to a lesser extent. And I did like that they capped it off with a boss fight with the blind ones. I didn't like how all you did at the end of Exodus was just run away from them. Whereas, with Last Light, you had a boss fight with a bear, several boss fights, really. You had the big battle at the end, whereas in this, I loved the atmosphere of the final act of Exodus, but on the other hand, I did wish there was more to it, more boss fights, a little more focus on special areas and not just running around open areas where nothing was happening. So gameplay mostly the same, but you could tell it was very stripped down. It's pretty simple. All you had to worry about was just how much ammo you had and how much health you had. Pretty basic, really. You don't have the air management. I imagine they thought the DLC is short anyway, so let's just keep it bare bones so that way it goes by without many problems. I don't know. So I did like the angle they went with explaining everything, and while I personally would have preferred had they kept some of the more of the gameplay, perhaps more weapon variety in there. I do at least appreciate it from a narrative standpoint and the much more traditional linearity of previous Metro games. What I didn't like, however, was that you don't get to play as Miller at all. That's kind of my biggest beef with it. Like, I get it. You're exploring what happened before as Klebnikov. But on the other hand, I kind of wish you got a good half of it as Miller. Not only seeing, retracing the steps of Klebnikov, but also seeing the after effects of what happened. Like, you saw all those rooms with all the bodies and whatnot. Who's to say Miller didn't encounter a couple of monsters himself? So I kind of feel that it was a bit of a missed opportunity in that regard. Like, before and after. Yeah, show me the before with Klebnikov, but also give me levels that are after. Mix the levels up a little bit, so at least they're different, but not too much the same. You know what I mean? So I feel that even though they called it the two kernels, you only ever played as one of them, and I wish you could have played as both of them. So that's so in terms of positives, again, traditional linearity with much more story involved. But on the negative, I do think that they took away a little too much of your basic Metro gameplay from the air to other resource management. You really don't have a problem with ammo in this game. In fact, if anything, you're given too much ammo with the flamethrower. That's really the only weapon you mostly use. You only use guns only once in this DLC, and even then, they don't allow you to do much. Good music, though. I did like the soundtrack that they brought back, at least to a cameo extent, some of the old themes from the previous games. I heard the Metro 2033 theme, the original theme, and another couple of stuff here and there. And then, of course, you have this nice guitar piece right here. At first, I thought we were gonna see a dark one at the end, like it comes and greets Klebnikov, but no. But I'm going to assume that, yeah, there is a dark one skulking around out there. If that cameo was that's in the game is anything to go by. Now, from what I've heard, there is the second DLC, which will star Sam, the guy who was the American. It comes out next year, so we have a while till that comes out. But from what I've read, that one will, you play Sam and you're gonna be going through Vladivostok, which I can assume is at some point during the main story of the game. And that it is going to be a much more open level. Whereas if this was the traditional linear Metro level, minus the deep resource management and customization, then I imagine the Sam DLC will pick up the slack in that regard, and that you're going to be out in a much more open environment, and you will have to do that. So in a way, you kind of get two sides of Metro for two DLCs, although, again, I do wish they left some things alone, like the air supply and all that. But yeah, in terms of plot, it's like I liked it in that regard, and yeah, it is satisfying burning all the Nosalises with the flamethrowers. And the sneaking with the blind ones was far easier. All you did was pretty much just go in a straight line, compared to the sneaking segments in Exodus proper, which actually had a bit more thought to them, like having to circle around through roundabout passages and throwing objects to distract the blind ones, whereas this was a bit more simplistic. So yeah, that's pretty much my overall beefs with two kernels. A little too simplistic, even though I did like the bit more linearity involved. And the fact that you don't play as Miller at all. But on the other hand, I did like the story involved. I did like the environments involved that we went through, and that at least there was some variety in that regard. So, yeah, this is, like I said, this is first and foremost a story-centric DLC, more so than I imagine the other one will be, but it's okay. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it is what it is. There is another criticism, though. Before I booted up the game, as I was in, you know how when you do season passes, you have to, like, restart the game so that way it takes up it updates itself. Well, I took a look at the PlayStation store, and I could have sworn I saw two kernels for like $14, 15, 13, I don't know, somewhere up in that range. I'm gonna be honest, this is not a $15 to $20 worth price for a DLC. Hell no. At best, probably $5, maybe $10 if I'm being at the most. I do not think this is worth $15. Well, because I ended up getting the Aurora edition, which came with the expansion pass, I pretty much paid no money for it, so I'm safe in that regard. And likely that'll be the same case with the Sam DLC later down the line. But if you're gonna buy this straight up, having not done so, prepare to fork over a penny, or pinch out a pretty penny, because I don't think this DLC is worth it for that much. Wait for a sale, in my opinion, whether it be for individually or for the whole expansion pass as a whole, because I don't see it being worth that much. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Two Colonels DLC. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Don't think it's worth the cost, the price that it is without the pass. I recommend just waiting for a price drop. If you are very much interested in the greater world of Metro 2030, of the Metro world, and especially Exodus, and want to see, what happened to Novosibirsk as insinuated in the main game, go for it. Just don't expect to have it be as deep as the main game. So, my opinion, wait for a sale and go from there. And of course, you have the second DLC, which will come around in 2020. So that about covers it. And yeah, glad to go back to Metro again, if for however brief a time anyway. And when I come back next week, we will get the ball rolling again with Metal Wolf Chaos XD, which is a game that has been a long time coming to the West. I can't wait to play it and see how cuckoo and for Cocoa Puffs it is, with all the patriotism and bad dialogue and giant robot shenanigans involved. So, and after that, we will have Monster Hunter World Iceborne and Code Vein after that. And I look forward to all of that. And Doom about a month or two after that too. So we got ourselves quite the games for fall schedule, and whatever else I may decide to do, if time permits and money permits. So that'll do it for this two-parter of Metro Exodus: The Two Colonels. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and when I come back, we will go into Metal Wolf and see how if that game really is worthy of the cult legend status that it has. So thank y'all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and so on and so forth. And I'll see you all next time. Das Vidania.